I can do nothing but laugh at this point. Laugh through the pain because, man, I'm sorry. Like, I'm one of the most optimistic people on Bears YouTube, on Bears social media. I like to view myself as one of the most optimistic guys because I'm the guy creating all these hype videos for you, you know, dedicating hours and hours of my time, trying to hype you guys up, trying to make you guys entertained, have some positive energy going for these Bears games every single week, and trying to really hype a team up that consistently lets us down year after year, okay? Even through that 4-game losing streak, I thought maybe there's a tiny, teeny, small chance that we could somehow turn it around. Maybe Trubisky miraculously makes a comeback run, but guys, fairy tale endings don't happen in real life, okay? They happen sometimes, maybe once in a while, once every blue moon, something crazy does happen, but guys, like, just being realistic right now, I cannot find a single reason after this blowout loss to the Green Bay Packers on primetime television to be optimistic about this team moving forward. Yeah, we still have 5 games left. Yeah, we could go 10-6, I guess. But guys, do you really think that it's going to happen? I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope something changes all of a sudden. But being realistic now, that is not going to happen. Our team has completely fallen apart. We are on a 5-game losing streak in which our defense now, the strength of our team, has completely given up on the season. I mean, I hope I'm proven wrong through the next couple games, but I don't think I will be because what I saw tonight on primetime television against your division rivals, Aaron Rodgers, the guy you were supposed to hate, they went out there and put a stinker on national television, okay? No, none of those guys actually cared to stop anybody. There was no passion, no effort, no energy. I mean, Akeem Hicks is really the most important part of our defense because without him, everybody looked completely lost and there was no leadership at all, okay? None of the guys in the defense chose to step up and call anybody out. They just stood there and, you know, let themselves get run over and passed on by Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. They got no pressure at all on Aaron Rodgers in this game. If you guys remember, one of my biggest keys to the game, I said the only way we were actually going to win this game is if we put a ton of pressure on Aaron Rodgers, get a lot of quarterback hits, you know, get some sacks, get some QB hits. Do you guys know how many QB sacks, how many hits, how many pressures we got in this game? We got 0 sacks, 0 QB hits, and only 1 total pressure the entire night. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, you have a defense with Khalil, Mack, a lot of other great players supposedly on it. And I still think they are great players that probably just had a bad game. But this was not just a bad game, guys. They completely gave up. There's no effort at all, which is inexcusable in my book, okay? To allow 41 points, which, again, they didn't allow that entire 41 because 7 of those points came on a Trubisky fumble, which, by the way, that should have been called for a face mask, but who even cares to blame the referees for this one? Because even though the referees were bad, as they always are, they were always favoring the Packers in all the big calls, I cannot entirely blame the refs for this loss because we played terrible ourselves. So again, man, I mean, I'm just so disappointed in the defense because I thought the defense, at least, even if our offense didn't show up, the defense would keep us in this game, but they completely failed to show up the entire night. The world-class, awesome defense that Ryan Pace built, it was nowhere to be found the entire night. Talking about the offense now, man, what can I say that already has not been said in my previous videos, okay? We did not put up points until garbage time, okay? Yeah, we did get 10 points in the first half, which was a big improvement. And if Kmet, if Allen Robinson, you know, caught a ball, we could have had more points in that first half. And if a few plays also went differently, if that face mask got called, if Trubisky doesn't throw the dumbest interception I've ever seen going down the field, I mean, this could be a different game at halftime. We could have been in this. And guys, to be honest, Trubisky was moving the ball a lot better in this game than Nick Foles ever did. But it did not matter in the end if you cannot turn those drives into touchdowns, into points, okay? I get that the O-line has not been good, okay? It's a terrible O-line still. You know, our playmakers were making a lot of mistakes. I mean, the only guy that really showed up today was David Montgomery. David Montgomery had a ton of nice carries. He was showing really consistent effort out there the entire night. But besides him, nobody else on this offense had a good game. And also the play calling was horrendous in that third quarter. So there were a lot of factors working against our quarterback, Mitch Trubisky. But guys, I'm sorry, like, there's no way I can excuse the interceptions he had. Both of them were terrible interceptions, okay? Maybe the fumble to some extent I can't excuse because he got grabbed on the face mask, but you still have to have better ball security. But either way, man, if I read Trubisky's stat line, he had 242 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, but most of them came in garbage time. Obviously, 2 interceptions, passer rating of 74.7, so pretty terrible numbers. But I mean, I really don't know what to say at this point, okay? Either way, like, I think most of us realize that Mitch Trubisky was not going to be on the team for next year. We just have to face that fact. But I was kind of praying, kind of rooting for that comeback story, that miraculous run. But that is very wishful thinking at this point, okay? We have to be unbiased now when it comes to Mitch Trubisky. Because although I think that, look, the Bears put him in such a terrible situation, okay? Our offensive line, it's not good at all, okay? We have a terrible coaching staff, which has been exposed completely over this year. And he was just not put in a good position to succeed. But some of these mistakes that he makes also, they're inexcusable, okay? 4th-year quarterback, you cannot be making these silly, dumb mistakes. He did have a ton of good throws also in this game. He could have easily had a touchdown on that first drive after the Montgomery run where Kmet and Allen Robinson both kind of failed him. But after that, man, the mistakes he made, I just cannot keep on making excuses for them. So although I still love Trubisky the person, I mean, I think it's very clear to all of us now that he's not going to be here next season. Yeah, he could go off against the Detroit Lions next week because he owns the Detroit Lions franchise, but does it really matter if he cannot have good performances against the Green Bay Packers? Again, I mean, I do have to say that he was not put in a good position to succeed at all by this franchise. Maybe he could have success somewhere else, but he's also not doing himself any justice by making these dumb mistakes still in his 4th year. So disappointing day overall from our entire offense. I do think they look better overall, but it does not matter if you look better if you still cannot put up points, even against a bad defense like the Green Bay Packers. So horrific day by our entire team. Everybody on this team completely gave up. They did not show up to play. And you know, I just cannot help but compare this loss to the loss against the Packers also on Sunday Night Football in the Mark Trestman era, okay? Because both those losses were terrible, humiliating losses. Obviously, the one in the Mark Trestman era was way worse than this one because back then we were down 42-0 at halftime. Obviously, this one did not get that bad, but I think the similar thing in both losses was that after both losses, we knew that big change, hopefully, is coming, okay? Because we cannot be doing the same thing every single year now and expect a different result. Why should Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy still have jobs on this team for next year? It would make no sense at all, okay? Ryan Pace, even though he built a great defense, a world-class defense, he also built the worst offense in the NFL. He's whiffed on so many draft picks. I do also like a lot of the draft picks he did make, but doesn't matter when you've gone this long without a single playoff win, okay? We haven't won a damn playoff game in Chicago in 10 years, okay? 2010 was our last playoff win. That is unacceptable for a city like Chicago. We love our football more than any other fan base in this country does. Chicago is a football town. I guarantee you, if the Bears were perennial contenders, like, the entire country will be talking about the Bears every single year and Bears fans, because we are such diehard fans that spend so much of our time, so much of our energy, so much of our money on this team, and they treat us to the same results every single year. And now with Ryan Pace, man, what has he done in his reign? Okay, yeah, he built a good team in 2018, but besides that, none of our teams have been great at all. So I don't see why Ryan Pace should have a job next year in Chicago, but I also have to look at Matt Nagy, and I cannot excuse Matt Nagy at all. Okay, this dude also has to be gone. This supposed offensive guru has completely lost control of his team, and his offense gets worse every single year. What type of offensive genius did we hire? He does not know how to run an offense. Obviously, today Bill Lazor was calling the plays, but guys, this playbook was designed mainly by Matt Nagy, okay? If this playbook is so bad, like, who's to blame? Obviously, the main person to blame is going to be Matt Nagy, the head coach, even when he's not calling plays. So I just cannot find any way to defend Nagy and Pace after a loss like this. And it's also not just this loss, guys. It's a 5-game losing streak. We started out the season at 5-1. We are now 5-5. How pathetic do you have to be? I mean, it hurts my heart to say these things about my team, the team I love so much, the team I've supported for so many years, invested so much time, energy, money into this. Like, I love the Bears so much. I so badly want to see a winning Bears team, but I just cannot be optimistic after they completely let me down year after year. So yeah, I'll be back here again watching the game next week, hoping for the best, but I don't know what to say about the team right now. It just really hurts that they keep on letting us down every single year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but as always, bear down.